Hi, welcome to the first coffee chat. Let's talk about some ways to maximize your summer internship that you might be currently in, or if you're watching this outside of the summer, some tips and tricks you can easily apply to any internship during the fall or spring or winter semesters. So grab a cup of coffee and join me. So one of the first things I recommend with the summer internship is to go daily if possible. So I know a lot of summer internships might not be full-time. They are sometimes only limited to 15, 20, maybe at most 30 hours a week, and you can't go beyond that because you're getting paid and they won't pay you. But one of the things I recommend is to try to go every day, whether you take that 20 hours each week and spread it across 5 days a week or even just 4 days a week. It's important to be there as many days as possible, because what that's going to do is get you in front of the people and get you interacting with your supervisor and other attorneys or paralegal or office staff, and it'll solidify you as a presence in their office. And this is important because one of the things you're trying to do when you're in an internship is to make yourself invaluable, because ultimately you do want them to hire you. If you can embed yourself into their systems, not computer systems, if you embed yourself into their office systems and make yourself a go-to person for helping out and getting something filed or getting things accomplished, then that will help you out. And the only way that you're going to do that to the max possible is through being there as many days of the week as possible. A side note to going daily is to avoid taking any extended vacations or time off during your summer work opportunity. The reason I say this is you're only there for a short amount of time. If you're there for the summer, the entire summer, that's pretty amazing. A lot of people aren't there for an entire summer. They might only be there for one half of the summer, or maybe the second half of the summer, or it might end in mid-July, or it might be just 1 month. One of the things I recommend is put aside any vacations that you might be expecting to take or wanting to take, and just kind of focus on your internship. There are a couple of reasons why. One is obvious, is you don't want to take the time off and miss out on working or getting any experience just because you want to go on vacation with your family or friends or something like that. If you have something like a wedding or an extended weekend, maybe take off a Friday and come back on a Monday, then I could see that being a little more okay. But I just really want to encourage students to not pass up this opportunity to get as much exposure and as much experience working alongside an attorney, because they've invited you into their office and you need to take and maximize that opportunity to the fullest extent possible. The second thing I want you to think about is, if you are taking a vacation, especially this applies in law firms, a lot of times your attorney will probably not be taking a vacation. So that really just speaks volumes to the fact that you're asking and saying, hey, I'm going to be gone for an entire week during the summer just because I want to go on my traditional family vacation. A lot of times a law firm, that will look really bad, and they will think, okay, you're really not dedicated to working here and you care more about going on vacation, having your free time, when you're only here for a summer and you're trying to prove yourself. Like, that just doesn't bode well for your reputation and your professional work ethic. I'm not saying don't have a healthy work-life balance. I think that you can, like, maybe take off a week or two before you go back to school, plan a vacation then. But what I don't want you to do is, if you're there for a limited amount of time, to pass up that opportunity and to look like somebody who is just going to go on vacations and can't handle the workload. The next tip I have for you is to never lunch alone. It sounds kind of crazy, like, are you ever going to get private time or whatever? But when you're at work and you have this hour, 30 minutes for lunch, take advantage of it as much as possible. Find somebody else in the office, grab lunch with them, go out to get something, or bring in your lunch and sit with them in the common area. Just do something so that you're able to continue a conversation and get to know somebody personally, as well as dive in deeper as to what their role is and how they got to where they are. Take the questions I asked during my law school strategy podcast and ask them why they went to law school, what they did before they went to law school, what their interests and hobbies are. Do all of those kinds of questions just so you can build a relationship and learn from others. I think that's the most important thing, is you're going to be trying to learn all of the basics of legal work, but at the same time you want to learn as much as you can about other people and their careers and how they got to where they were. And the only way you're going to do that is through talking. I recommend, if you're in a small law firm and you might not have enough people to fill up an entire summer semester of lunching, then reach out to local community networks, law networks, legal bar associations, that kind of stuff. Reach out and try to meet with other other people that are in your vicinity. If you're in a downtown area, it's going to be super simple, but if you're in a more rural area or suburban area, it might be a little difficult to do this during lunch. But try your best to maximize that time you have during lunch, and don't just sit there and keep working or just let other people go to lunch without you. Like, make sure that you are a part of the company culture. In addition to never lunching alone, I think that can also apply to be social and go to activities outside of work. If your supervising attorney or other coworkers that might be there with you for the summer are up to going out and doing social activities in the evening or on the weekends, take that opportunity to build a stronger connection and go out and have a beer or go to a concert or go do some type of fun activity together. And I think that would really strengthen your relationship with the firm and show that you are interested in investing in the company culture. And if you maybe are at a firm that doesn't have any social activities but has a couple other interns, maybe you could put something together, talk to your supervising attorney and see if they would be okay with you organizing and coordinating something. They might just not have thought about it. They might not have had the time to think about it. So take the initiative and be proactive. Another tip I have is to get proactive and ask around. It's important to not just be sitting there and waiting for your one supervisor that you might have been assigned to give your next job. What you want to do is, if you ever finish a project early and your supervisor might not have anything for you immediately, go around to other offices, knock on the door and ask if they want help, if you can do anything, research assignments, anything like that. It doesn't matter. Like, it'll get you more experience and also branch you out and let you again become a part of that office, and taking on more responsibility shows your true interest in helping the firm as a whole. Be proactive. Don't just wait to be told an assignment. Go around and introduce yourself and ask for other assignments. You never know what's going to happen. Something that I think is really important as well is to keep a running document or spreadsheet of the tasks that you work on, anything that you accomplish. If you have a big deal that you helped negotiate, keep track of all that information and put it into, as I said, a document or a spreadsheet, and that way you can reference it and include it on your resume. A lot of times people think that just including keywords or taking the job description or internship posting description and using that to kind of fill out what your duties and responsibilities were is enough, and it's not. What you want to do is look for quantifiable ways to show, not just tell, what you did during an internship, and you want that to be on your resume. A research project that might have saved the company or the client $200 million or $20 million or $200,000, just come up with ways that you can quantify what you've been working on. Train your mind to be thinking that as you are working. For instance, if you worked on an e-discovery case and you helped get through terabytes of data, that's going to be really, really helpful to show on your resume, that you can put numbers, show we did X terabytes of data and we did it in a month or 2 months or something. Like, that really does help show what you've been working on, rather than just telling somebody, hey, I did e-discovery with this law firm, and leave it at that. It's really going to set your resume apart and take your professional credibility to the next level. Okay, so those are just some basic tips that I would recommend that you use to maximize this opportunity you might have during the summer or later in the semester. Keep at it, work hard. You've already gotten there, you're in the position, so show them what you're made of. Do you have any other ones that you might have thought of or that you are practicing right now, tips or techniques? Share them in the comments below. I would love to hear what you might be adding to my list of what I think helps maximize a summer internship. And remember, hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to keep getting these videos, and it also helps me, so share the video as well with your friends and tell them to subscribe. Thanks for watching another Coffee Chat.